Madam President, I rise today to commemorate a special occasion for the Tennessee Valley Authority and the city of Tupelo, Mississippi. 80 years ago, on February 7, 1934, Tupelo, Mississippi became the first city to receive electricity from the Tennessee Valley Authority. If you visit today, you'll see the sign at the intersection of Gloucester and Main Streets proclaiming Tupelo as the first TVA city. Tupelo's connection to TVA power has had a tremendous impact, improving the quality of life and economic well-being for residents of Tupelo, the state of Mississippi, and across the South. The success helped Northeast Mississippi become a pioneer of rural electrification. As a resident of Tupelo myself, I'm proud of the partnership that Mississippi has built with TVA over the past 8 decades. Anyone who has experienced a power outage can attest to our reliance on electricity today. It touches almost every aspect of our lives. But imagine a time when access to electricity was confined to major cities and densely populated areas. Luxuries such as the radio, the washing machine, and the refrigerator were known only to those who lived in cities because it was not profitable for energy companies to provide electricity to rural areas. In those days, the difference between life with electricity and life without it was so great that a large migration was taking place from rural to urban areas. Already impoverished regions of the country were at risk of lagging even further behind. Like much of the rural South, Mississippi struggled with restricted access to electricity and the economic limitations it perpetuated. It became clear that improving rural life depended on access to electricity. By 1930, nearly 85% of homes in large urban areas had electrical service, but barely 10% of rural homes had the same access. In Mississippi, only 1.5% of farm homes had electricity, the lowest in the country. The creation of TVA was a game changer. As America spiraled into a devastating depression, Mississippi Congressman John Rankin worked with Nebraska Senator George William Norris to improve and expand rural electrification. The result of their efforts was the TVA Act, passed by Congress on May 18, 1933, and TVA began serving Mississippians in 1933 and powering Tupelo in 1934. The goal was simple: to improve the living and economic conditions of 7 southeastern states. By providing affordable electricity to rural communities, TVA was an important economic boost, delivering a needed commodity to one of the country's poorest regions. Tupelo's proximity to the Wilson Dam on the Tennessee River enabled it to become the first TVA city in 1934, allowing its residents to purchase electricity at some of the most affordable rates in the country. This completely revolutionized life for the citizens of Tupelo and even more Mississippians as TVA expanded. About 50 miles north of Tupelo, the town of Corinth, Mississippi, was also at the forefront of rural electrification, proving that an electric power cooperative could work. In McPeter's furniture store, the Corinth experiment led to the creation of the Alcorn County Electric Power Association, the first electric power cooperative in the United States. In November of 1934, Madam President, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt came to Northeast Mississippi, stopping in Corinth and Tupelo. We still talk about that visit today. The effort and dedication of the communities in Northeast Mississippi paid off. From 1930 to 1940, the number of farm homes in the state with electricity skyrocketed from 4,792 to 27,670. Today, TVA provides reliable, clean, low-cost energy to more than 332,000 households in Mississippi. The TVA of 1934 is much different from the Tennessee Valley Authority of 2014. 80 years ago, hydroelectric dams provided TVA's power. Since then, TVA has developed coal, nuclear, natural gas, and renewable energy, all of the above, serving approximately 9 million customers in 7 states. I look forward to TVA's continued success, and I congratulate the many Mississippians who have contributed to the legacy of TVA over the past 80 years.